Dale, I don't know. This just has me really stressed out. I'm not sure I'm ready to put all my eggs in one basket. That scares me.
Henry, is it the rabbit that scares you? Because all these eggs here are, what this episode is about. Easter eggs, eggs in video games. There's nothing to be afraid of. We're trying to collect them all.
Dale, you are cracking me up right now because I was not ready to find out that we were going to be talking about Easter eggs in video games.
That's correct.
Hi, everyone. That's Delayed Dale. She loves to yoke you when you're sleeping, but she knows when you're awake.
That's Henry K. He's afraid of rabbits, but he's not afraid of me. And this is easy mode.
The professionally casual gaming podcast that always has the best intros. But you're right. This week we are talking about Easter eggs in video games. We have specifically planned this to go with, I can't stop laughing, with Easter, which is happening the day before you're listening to this episode. But back to the professional part of this podcast. I'm a big fan of Easter eggs in video games. They're fun. They're secrets. They're cool. I don't find a lot, but I love hearing about them.
Yes.
Do you like them, Dale?
I mean, this whole topic, I was very adamant that we do it because I love it. I love me a good hunt, and I love it when I can collect all the eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
This is one of those episodes, or it's just one of those things in life where you can have all your eggs in one basket. Okay, this is not about investment. This is all about.
You can have all your eggs in one video game.
You could, though. You want to collect
they're
them all.
not.
Yeah, you could, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because they're in so many games.
there are in so many. But yeah, let's get it cracking. And
Nice.
that was a good yoke,
And dive
right?
into the first section. Oh, God. Let's dive into this first section. We're going to be talking about the history of Easter eggs and where they got started. After a quick break, don't get too boiled up because we're going to take it over easy.
Mode. Henry, I'm going to try something a little bit different. Every single time that I start my sections, I usually ask you a question. But today I figured, let's do it a little differently. Henry, why don't you describe to me what Easter eggs in games are?
Well, Dale, I did not expect this section to start this way.
Are you egg-cited by the way that I started that?
I'm egg-static, actually. That's already 3. Everyone's gonna stop listening right now if they haven't already.
And if they are still listening, it's now become a drinking game.
Yeah. So I hope you have a few bottles. Actually, would be great. So Dale, Easter eggs are little secrets, little bits of like content, images, experience that developers hide inside video games. Maybe to be found, maybe to be not be found, maybe just to exist in the game. They could be text, special scenes, special moments, nods and references to other games. They could be a lot of variety of things, and you can find them in like a lot of games.
Yep. I mean, everything you said is true. And before I dive into the history of the game, I want to, not the game, the eggs, the eggs in the games. I want to ask you, what was your first encounter with an egg in a game? Did you like stumble across it, or was it something that you didn't even know until after you beat the game? I'm just very curious because I do have a story to share with you after. And I think when we first find our egg in a game, then you start looking for them in other games. Like as soon as you find one, you're like, I gotta find them all in like other games. And some games don't have them, But anyways, answer my question. I just felt like I went off on a tangent.
I guess my first one that is sort of odd, and I didn't really know it was an Easter egg until after, like later on in life. I was like, okay, that's just in there. Like, okay, weird. But in Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, in Lake Hylia, there's the like little lakeside home you could visit.
Oh, yeah.
No, the other place.
Okay.
And it has the indoor water thing where you can swim to the bottom, and at the bottom of that there's like a cage, and behind that cage like is like a shark, like a 2D shark
I
image.
know what you're talking. Yeah.
And that is an Easter egg technically, because I mean obviously there's no sharks in a lake, but I didn't know that till a lot later. But I guess that's like the first one I really have a memory of.
Oh, well, I didn't know that was an egg either, because that's a big part of my childhood too.
I mean, yeah, because it has nothing to do with the game.
No, it really doesn't.
I mean, there's no reason for that shark to be there.
Well, thank you for that fun little piece of history of you playing, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. So the history of eggs eggs and in gaming is developers have actually been hiding Easter eggs in their games since the early days of the medium. The first widely recognized Easter egg was served as the origin of the term. It was hidden in the 1980s game Adventure on the Atari 2600. And here's a fun...
It was just called Adventure?
It was called 1980 game Adventure. Yeah, it was just called Adventure.
They weren't creative with names
They
back then,
really
were
weren't.
they? They're like video game.
Adventure.
Car going.
So the developer, Warren Robinett, he was incredibly frustrated by the fact that Atari had a policy of not giving credit to their programmers. Okay.
Oh, boo. I mean, that's a lot of reason a lot of people do it.
I mean, a lot of people do that. So the company did to prevent other companies from poaching their talent. That's why they didn't give them credit. Okay. He secretly embedded the text created by Warren Robinett into the game. And it was only accessible with a method that was too difficult to stumble upon. So if you stumbled upon it, great. You knew who did it. But if you didn't, like, it wasn't like going to be like detrimental to the game or anything that wasn't happen. But you want to know something? That this made me laugh. This wasn't discovered until after the game was released. And at that point, Robinett had already left Atari, okay?
Nice.
But they decided to still keep the text in the game instead of removing it. And then that's kind of like where the whole like Easter hunt movement kind of happened. Steve Wright, the company's software development director, said that players trying to find this would be like hunting for Easter eggs and wanted all of Atari's future games to have them and include them. So like this whole policy of we're not going to credit our developers, which then fueled such anger to hide the fact that, you know, he wanted credit. Then he gets his credit and he's not even there anymore. He's probably a very successful individual, lived in a great life. If he had children, they are well off. Like, good for you. And now Atari going forward, you know, just with all these eggs. And I think that's actually so cool.
I like it, but I don't like that they took something he did to like give back at them and made it theirs.
I mean, yeah, that's...
Now you're profiting off
Well,
of it.
where's Atari now, right?
Who?
Exactly.
Exactly. Oh God, these aren't going to end this episode.
Well, I mean, it is an Easter themed episode, so there's a lot of eggs.
It is.
There is a lot of eggs. Before we this, I feel like this episode will be a little bit shorter than other ones, mostly because how much can we really talk about eggs being hidden? And now that we know about the history, I just want to add on one more thing before we, you know, hunt for the next eggs of your section. How cool is it that, you know, when we talk about gaming, there's so many sub niches and there's so many layers to gaming that Easter eggs, egg hunting is something that is prevalent in most games, you know?
Sorry, I just got to talk about my plant. Yes, and I love it. I love it. There's if you are an Easter egg fan like I am, I used to watch like YouTube compilations.
Oh yeah,
on
hidden
people
eggs.
finding Easter eggs. Because I love the concept. I like the idea. I do like sort of what it represents, especially when it's people's names. I'm going to take you through a few of them in just a bit. But yeah, I like people getting their like
recognition.
Their due. Yeah, what's due to them for making the games, like outside of the credits. You know, throw it in there.
Throw it in there.
You
Like
made
have an egg legacy, you know?
Oh yeah, if I was like a character, like if I created like characters for video games, I'd be like, oops, this one looked like me again. Like it's just like always have like if I made Skyrim or any Elder Scrolls games, I'd just make like a person that looked like me every time.
Yeah.
Make them say something annoying every game.
Like what would
be
be your
I don't know
thing?
what's happening.
Yeah. That's probably for the best that you're not, you know, a video game character developer or anything.
Probably for the best for them.
And for us. And for us
for
too.
everyone. So Dale, I do want to take you through some Easter eggs, some of my favorites that have stuck out to me. Some also that have taken years and years to find.
Oh.
Now, the lists of Easter eggs are endless. Easter eggs really are a huge part of the gaming community and the gaming experience. And, you know, since they started with the Atari one that you mentioned, it hasn't stopped. They're still going on in games today, whether it's references to other movies, what references to other video games in the franchise or not.
Oh.
There are a lot of those across every franchise and every game. I'm going to take you through some cute, fun ones that I liked. I'm going to take you through some older ones, and we can just go from there. How does that sound?
That sounds excellent.
Yeah, I'm cracked to tell you about them. I tried that one, but I'm going to shell out a few Easter egg stories here. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is painful. The first one I want to tell you about, I really, really like because I like the idea. And I do like when an Easter egg comes with a reward, whether it's like something like an item, like a really, really silly item. That is a big sort of Easter egg thing. Like you find something secret, often a very silly item, and now you get to use it in the game, and it makes the game kind of absurd. And that's kind of fun. I like that. One of my favorites was from a recent game called Control, released in 2019.
Oh my God, wait. That game I got for free on Epic. I hear it's really good.
Oh, fun.
Yes, I hear it's really good.
I've been told to play it many a time. Many a time.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, so that one, well, here's spoiler alert for you, Dale. If you they in the game you can collect I believe 8 Maneki Nekos, which is also the good luck cats, the waving cats that are very prevalent in Chinese culture. If you have them, it's good luck to the owner. There's, I believe, you collect 8 of them in the game. It unlocks a secret passage, and it takes you to like this like all white gray stone like door that opens up, and it's like you go inside, and then there's like shelves of these good luck cats. It's like a little shrine, like shelves of a lot of them like that are in the style you collected, and then there's like a giant one behind them. Which is so cool and very, very eerie because they're all like moving their hand up and down like this. But then you do get a reward, which is why I like this sort of Easter egg. And your character in Control gets to wear cat ears as a cosmetic option for the rest of the game.
Oh, that's cute. So it's
Isn't
like an
that cute?
Easter egg that leads to something. Oh.
Yeah, and I like that. So you get to wear the cat ear. Like your character just has like cat ears in all their cutscenes and like in every like fight for the rest of the game. But I like that it has a reward, and I think cat ears is a fun one to have.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Meow, meow, meow.
Throwback to the last episode where, you meow meow at your cat.
You'll have to follow us on TikTok or on our Instagram or YouTube Shorts to see what Dale's
talking
there.
about.
Now, a franchise that is full of Easter eggs, and of course they can do it because it's a huge open world sandbox game, and that would be Grand Theft Auto.
Oh,
Grand Theft Auto has so many Easter eggs, whether it's the ghosts on the cliff, the alien abduction with the cows. There are a lot in that game that are very fun, very silly, and very out of this world. My favorite one, and one of the ones that kind of like gives me like an odd feeling, is the heart in the Statue of Liberty one. If you are a GTA fan, you probably know what this is. I believe it's in GTA 4. You have to jump out of the helicopter that you're driving onto this platform on Ellis Island, where the Statue of Liberty is. You have to jump onto this specific platform, and then this platform allows you access to the inside of the Statue of Liberty. Inside of the Statue of Liberty, which is sort of weird, and they even referenced it in the parody movie of Grand Theft Auto that was recently made. The title is eluding me, but inside of the Statue of Liberty is a heart, a beating heart tied up with chains, almost like a giant heart, like it would be like the Statue of Liberty's heart.
Yeah.
Now the heart doesn't serve any purpose. You can like shoot it. There's like it like bleeds or whatever, but nothing happens. There's no repercussions. There's no actions. It just sort of exists in there. But it's a very, very popular one because everyone's like, "What does this mean? What does this mean?" But it doesn't mean anything. It's just something they've also included. But that is the Easter egg from the game that a lot of people like, and it's just sort of like been active in the community to this day.
That's
cool. A very popular Easter egg.
I didn't even know about that though. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's so popular. Still to this day, I love that. Continue.
Yeah, I think it's been like 15 years. Or
wow.
Since that GTA. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I don't think I'm lying. I'm not lying.
I don't think I am. Yeah, it is Easter. We don't lie on Easter.
Not Easter eggs. So a great one that I like because it's so silly. I love the silly Easter eggs as well. When it's like something that doesn't belong. If you have Halo Infinite, you can still go and check this one out. I'm not going to tell you what level, because it's sort of fun to discover it for yourself. But on Halo Infinite, there is a through some grappling through some caves on a certain level, there is a room where there's a giant like sandwich, like it would be like the size of like 2 minivans or something, or even larger, like in the center of the room with this like light on it. And the enemies you find in the game, like the small grunts in Halo, are all around it, like worshiping it frozen. And that's all the room is. It's just like this giant,
that's cool. Oh.
cosmetic, almost cartoon looking sandwich. And it's just in this room being worshipped by little grunts for no reason.
I love that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. You know, before you go on to the next one, I love how randomly creative that was. You know, like these eggs can really be anything that they want to put in. And I think that egg one was funny. I like not the egg one, the sandwich
They're
one
all egg
was
ones.
funny.
Yes. Also in a different Halo game, I believe Halo 3, which I'm going to actually segueing to right after this, but Halo 3 has a fun one. On the side of a cliff, there's one of the planets you're on, there's like a little like caveman family that you can find. And when I saw that one, I was like, oh, kind of eerie, kind of weird. Like there's like these little cave people. They're not like interactable. They're just sort of there. But I was like, oh, that one's like, what does this mean on this planet we're on? But speaking of Halo 3, this one I like because it's touching. The intention is sweet. The developer is putting their stamp in a game, but it's for someone else, and I like it. So I can't remember the name of the developer right now, but in Halo 3, in the menu screen, if you play Halo 3 on December 25th, like on your console, like the date is set to December 25th, when you load in, it's going to say, happy birthday, Lauren. And the developer put that in to come on that specific date for his wife, Lauren. I believe his name was Adrian something. Did it for his wife, Lauren. So it was discovered years later, but on December 25th, you see that in the loading screen. It's really, really nice. You can look it up on YouTube. It's just like simple. It appears one time. It rolls through on like the Halo bar that's spinning.
If he
on the
wanted
menu.
to, he would.
If he wanted to, he would. That's
There you
right.
go.
Ladies, if your man's not coding happy birthday, your name in the game,
leave him.
then find someone
Don't
better.
settle for anything less.
Don't settle for anything than an
If
Easter egg
you're
in a
not
game.
an egg in a game where people are just like they want to find you, got to catch them all. Don't settle. Look at your man
If he's
right
not
now.
trying to immortalize you in a video game franchise,
Babes, please know your worth.
you deserve better.
That's so cute. I love that. I wish, Kate, you know, maybe this is like a private moment, but I sometimes wish private moments were public. So like seeing her reaction to this would have been like super wholesome. But you know what, Lauren, shout out to you.
The impact is big on it. Like that is on a game that has sold like millions of copies and like is like in all these people's households, and now like they all like have like this little message that's just for you.
I know how you
homes.
said household, but it sounded like you said in people's hellholes.
well, for some people that could be also
that's
accurate.
a little too real, but yeah.
So that one was found a lot later, but this next one I'm going to tell you about, I didn't want to say it yet, but this Easter egg took 33 years to find.
What?
33 years. And it's in a game for, it was on a floppy disk game for Apple II's, the second Apple II computer ever released. The game is called Gumball. It wasn't really, really popular on the PC or anything like that.
Yeah.
But in 2016, anonymous crackers hacked their way through like the copyright and like the protection for the game, and apparently it was like very intense even for like the time and now. But the developer hid a secret message in the game. The developer's named Robert A. Cook. This is what the message said. He said, "Aha, you made it. Either you are an excellent game player, or a program breaker. You are certainly one of the few people that will ever see this screen. This is not the end, though. In another Broderbund product, type Zodware for more puzzles. Have fun. Bye. RAC." That's for Robert A. Cook. Then I think this was found. This was found in 2016, I believe. Yeah, 2016. The person who found it tweeted it out to Robert A. Cook. And he responded joyously and was like, "Well done. I assumed it would take 1,000 years, but you solved it in a mere 33."
In a mere 33. Who is this individual, Robert? My God.
Robert A. Cook.
Wait, but I have a
made the game
question.
Gumball for Apple II.
You know when people are like playing a game, so people knew that Easter eggs were available. So now does every game have an Easter egg game? Like, an Easter game. Does every game that comes out, or like now that we have, do they all have Easter eggs? Like, are we just expecting to find Easter eggs in every game? Like, that's just a question I have, you know?
The interesting part now that a lot of people do that wasn't done before is that we have people who do data mining now in games.
Yeah.
Data mining is such a big aspect of gaming. Everyone wants to know like what was content, what what storylines were cut.
Yeah.
The reason I'm referencing this specifically mainly because I've been watching a lot of videos about Elden Ring and like cut quest lines, cut items, cut dialogue, cut text. People will farm everything. And even like it's like to the capability of being able to like make it in the game, like on their modded version of the game, like they're able to see these experiences or like materials or characters or content or dialogue or often voice lines even are recorded in the game and just not used.
Wow.
So data miners can find all of that and like bring it to life in the game because they know how. I mean, I can't tell you how. The podcast is called Easy Mode and we're professionally casual. I'm not telling you how they do it, but I just know they do. I know in Elden Ring recently they found a alternative ending that wasn't used, like because it has 5 endings or 7 endings, I believe.
Have you made it to one of the endings yet?
No,
again,
I just beat the 4th boss.
Congratulations!
We're not in a rush.
Congratulations!
Like I'm gonna say it. Elden Ring's easy. If people make you think it's hard, or if your like perspective on it said it's hard, I'm like, I don't even know what's happening, but I'm like making my way through it.
Yeah,
I'm no clue. I could not tell you how to play the game, but I'm making my way through it. That's all I can say.
Do you remember when we had the Elden Ring episode and I was telling you what the storyline was about, and you're like, I didn't even know that.
I still didn't know. I still cannot confirm that to you to this day. But yes, I love that the developer, getting back to Robert, Robert tweeted and responded. I love that he's still like active and like doing stuff today. Freaking cool. But 33 years later, freaking awesome.
That's amazing. Good job, Robert.
Yes. Now, touching on Elden Ring, it's actually a great segue for this one, Dale, because recently and we don't know why or what, but recently someone found a secret passage. Elden Ring is known for fake passageways. That are revealed. The whole from Software Dark Souls franchise. But like you have to hit a door and it reveals. Great. There was a door a wall you have to hit like 100 and something times for it to unlock. In Elden Ring that was recently found, which is funny enough really connects us back to this next Easter egg I'm going to tell you about, and it's from the original, not the remake, Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
There's this photograph of Officer Rebecca Chambers, which is a character in the game. You'd find this photograph. It's like her in this like basketball outfit. It wasn't too scandalous. Of course, in the remake, they made it a lot more scandalous. So annoying. That's why I didn't want to talk about the remake.
It still brings it up.
But I'm going to bring it up myself. I'm just telling you why. But the only way to find this was, so there's this drawer you check in a desk, specifically Albert Wesker's desk in the game, if you want to go look for it yourself, if you have the original. And the only way to find it is you have to check that drawer 50 times in a row.
Oh my God, this baffles me how people find this stuff,
Someone had to do that 50 times in a row.
But that's just, wow. The determination to find out those eggs.
I would not me. I would never enter that room again once I got what I needed.
Yeah, no, me neither. I'm not like 100, I'm not a completionist. I'm not someone who's like, I just want to enjoy the game and then just put it away when I'm done. That's what I want to do. I'm not there to I don't have the time to do all of that. So.
Yeah. But yeah, you get this cute little picture of Rebecca Chambers in a little basketball outfit. She's like one of the little officers from the show.
I love that. That's cute.
Yeah, so that's sort of there's a few different sort of takes, like doing something repetitively. I know, I think it was in Doom or something. I can't remember what other game. If you hit this one corpse a certain amount of times, it activated something. In Evil Within, here's another one I remember. In an Evil Within, if in the courtyard and the outside, if you burn every single of one of the corpses that's hanging, it spawns in this giant pig that's twice your size. It doesn't do anything because there's pigs already in the environment, but it just spawns in this ginormous, very cute pig, which you can kill for some inventory items. But why would you want to kill it? It's so cute. It's just big.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so there's sort of a lot of really sort of odd ones that give you things, do things. There's so many types of Easter eggs.
Yeah, there's quite a lot.
I'm gonna finish you. I'm gonna end this section with this one. Finish her.
Actually, before you end your section, can I share some? Oh, You know what? I'm going to do it.
just
I don't
kidding.
need,
Go
I don't
ahead.
need your friggin' permission.
That's right. This was actually a test.
This was a test. Yeah, exactly. So before you end this section, I want to share some Easter eggs in a game that is notorious for having so many Easter eggs.
What game?
Enter the Gungeon. We did talk about it.
Yeah, you love that game.
I love this game. So in this game, different weapons come from different video games. So one of the guns, for example, the light gun is a reference to Duck Hunt. The Brick Breaker, reference to Super Mario Bros. Then they have some other items, like there's a box, and it's a direct reference to Metal Gear Solid. There was another one where
funny.
The
They love
backup
referencing that
gun
game.
is a reference to Die Hard. There's an iron coin, reference to Game of Thrones. So it's not just games, but also like pop culture. But my absolute favorite is when you go through the game, you can actually find this like hidden little room. And it's a guy, it's Link, but it's not Link. And in order for
Legally.
you exactly. In order for you to get the special item, you have had to like explore the whole map and then bring him a completed map. Because you know, like in Zelda, you want to like complete the whole map. Then you get like another item, which I think is so cool. And then at the time I was playing Payday, and they have like this Payday thing where you and each of the characters become like a little Payday character, you know, like with the masks. Have you ever played?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was amazing. And I don't know if this is what's coming up next, but I'm just gonna say it. In Animal Crossing, there are Easter eggs too. So there is in Animal Crossing New Horizons, you can get a little ocarina from like the Zelda Ocarina of Time.
True.
That's a little Easter, so they're everywhere.
That is an Easter egg.
I just want to say, if you guys have not played Enter the Gungeon, play just for the eggs. There are so many eggs. Eggs?
I actually have two that you made me think of. Mainly because you said movies, and I can't believe I didn't even think about like adding just like more of those into this. But I did remember two. One of them is in Fallout 4, I believe, Fallout 4 New Vegas. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it's a reference to some movie where someone gets in a fridge during a nuclear explosion and survives. I don't know if it's a movie or a music video. And then in the Fallout landscape, you find a skeleton in a fridge.
Oh,
and it's a reference to that.
Yeah.
And then in Elder Scrolls, they have a Star Wars reference in a cave. The way like this body's laid out. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, so I didn't get the reference. But the item you get is super enchanted. It kind of looks lightsabery, but it's like a reference to a scene in Star Wars. So movies are like also a big part of Easter eggs.
Yeah. It's crazy. I want to read all of this from Gungeon, but it's just a lot. You know what? Just go check it out. Games, movies.
Yeah.
A lot. Even the bosses after other ones too. So.
Yes. Also, this is the one I wanted to end on because I just think it's so funny, and then I just feel like it's very on brand for us. So there's this like jet ski racing game that you can sometimes find at arcades, but was also released for the Nintendo GameCube. It's called Wave Race Blue Storm.
Okay.
So it sort of had like a generic announcer, but people discovered years later that if you entered a certain combination of button commands in a certain order, you were given the option to change the announcer voice. And then the announcer voice that came on after was a really sarcastic announcer about everything that was going on in the race. So the voice was just like super sarcastic and rude about what was happening.
So that's basically you whenever you talk to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just have to turn the Easter egg cheat codes back off, and I'll go back to normal.
Henry, we definitely accelerated this episode. So many wonderful topics that we covered, so many eggs revealed. I had an excellent time.
Dale, this episode was an Easter egg extravaganza, don't you think?
Exactly.
Everyone's gonna have to unsubscribe to this show now. Everyone, thank you for hanging out with us today and putting up with these puns. It was so freaking fun. There are a lot of great Easter egg compilations. If you found an Easter egg, please let us know. We would love to hear about it. Keep a lookout for those. You know, might keep an eye out for my Elden Ring one, see if I can find any Easter eggs
also,
out there.
I'm curious if anyone's kept count of how many times we've made an egg pun. If you have kept count, do tweet us. We want to know how embarrassing it was.
Oh, God.
Thank you, y'all. We'll catch you again, every Monday and every Wednesday on YouTube. Happy Easter.
Yep, and we'll be back next week with a new episode. Goodbye.
And keep it easy.
Mode.